So the other day I was looking at all of the deductions from my paycheck, which got me kind of thinking. I was like, I wonder if anybody's ever done a budget for a non-custodial parent. Like actually gone through all the numbers, the little nickel and dime kind of stuff, and kind of try and get to the bottom of where and why child support and the whole deadbeat mentality is always such a contentious issue. So I made one up and I'm going to go through and we're going to try and get to the bottom of this right now. So we're going to start out with our fictional parent of two kids living in Alberta, making about $50,000 a year, gross wage, which is a pretty respectable wage. So that's $25 an hour, 40 hours a week, weekends off. So pretty standard stuff. Now, bear in mind, this isn't going to be pinpoint accurate. There's a lot of variables involved in this. I'm just doing this to more so illustrate a point. So, while it is relatively accurate, it's not going to be pinpoint accurate. So, we have our non custodial parent who made $50,000. And here are the charts for the taxes that the government is always going to take off. And that leaves you with a $37,330 net wage. So now we're going to deduct our child support, which is $723 a month, plus we'll throw in $200 a month in Section 7 expenses, which leaves you with a grand total of $11,000 and $11,076 in child support per year, leaving you with a grand total of $26,254 net. Now, point of interest, the net wage at minimum wage, which is $13.60 an hour right now in Alberta, is $21,216. And according to Living Wage Canada in Alberta, the minimum living wage is $16.31 an hour, which works out to $33,924 a year. Gross. Okay, back to business. Now with your $26,254, you and your two kids are going to need a place to live. So a 3-bedroom apartment in Edmonton right now is averaging, let's say about $1,350 a month, which is $16,200 a year. And that includes some of your bills, leaving you with $10,054. Now your power is probably going to cost you about $100 a month to power a 3-bedroom apartment. So that's going to leave you $1,200 a year to spend on electricity, which leaves you $8,854 left over. So now you're going to need to find a way to get around, which is probably going to be a transit pass, which is probably going to be about $100 a month. Somewhere in that realm for you and the kids every other weekend. And well, since everybody's got to eat, we're going to put $3,000 towards food because you only have $7,654 left for the year, which works out to $115 for 2 weeks, which is about $8.21 a day. So yeah, definitely no steak and lobster, and probably not a whole lot of eating out either. So now you've got $4,654 to try and communicate with the outside world in some way, shape, or form. Now, Canada pays some of the most obnoxiously high rates for anything involving communication. So the average thing I could find between most of the internet providers or communications providers was about $190 a month on average, which is $2,280 a year. So yeah, that kind of hurt a little, but I'm putting that towards a necessary evil because you need to communicate. You're going to need to get on the internet to do things at some point in time to fill out your maintenance enforcement stuff, and you're probably going to want to watch some form of TV so you're not just sitting around driving yourself crazy because you can't afford to go out. So after all of that, that leaves you with $2,374 left for the year. So now you're going to need some clothes for you and your kids because, let's be honest, kids grow, things get lost, there are seasons, and you're probably going to want to have a spare change of clothes or two or more at your new place now. So we're going to do about $400 a year for new stuff just to kind of be on the frugal side. because kids blow through $400 worth of clothes shockingly fast. So I figure that's a pretty close estimate. So that leaves you $1,974 to insure all of your new stuff now. So that's about $50 a month, $600 a year. And to pay all of those things, you're going to need $240 a year, which is about $20 a month, out of the $1,374 you have left over from your insurance. So now you've got $1,134 to maintain all of that stuff. And that's probably going to be about $200 a year if you're lucky in laundry, which is about $1,670 a month. And non-consumable things, which is like dish detergent, laundry detergent, toilet paper, shampoo, all kinds of the stuff that you can't eat. If you're really good with it, you could probably get away with about $400 a year or $33 a month. And after all of that's said and done with, now I am leaving out a few things here and there that probably would cost you some money, like insurance plans through work, social funds, other little weird things like that just kind of creep up on you. But without including that kind of stuff, you'll have a whopping $534 left for the year, which is $44.50 a month left over. Now, unfortunately, we're not quite done here. So I would imagine our fictional parent has tried to go to court to get more than every other weekend with their kids, which seems to be the standard thing. So now you've probably accumulated some form of debt right now. So this is the number I'm going to use, because after paying all of your hookup costs and your hookup fees, furnishing a 3-bedroom apartment, and paying for a lawyer, which, trust me, I know is ridiculously expensive, I think this is a pretty good average, or a pretty good number to start off our debt calculation with. So let's just say you've managed to keep your credit somewhat intact and you're paying 10% interest on $28,000. Your minimum payment on that per month is $513.33. So with your $534 you have left over from your budget per year, you now have to tack on $6,156 in minimum payments to keep your debt under control. Now that's a yearly loss of $5,622 or $468.50 a month. So just for a little bit of perspective on that, even if you were making the minimum payments, which, let's be honest, you can't afford taking a $468 loss per month, it would still take you 35 years to pay off $28,000 worth of debt. All right, so now we've got that established, you're probably going to need a second job. So, working 3 hours a day, 5 days a week for minimum wage, which, let's be honest, those are the majority of the part-time jobs you can get out there, you'd still be making about $10,608 gross wage working part-time. So let's just say you luck out, you find a part-time job that pays you $11,076, exactly the same as your child support. Now, you have to remember, you're in a different tax bracket now. Your tax rate is now 20.5%. And you have to remember as well, with your taxes going up and your wage going up, your child support is also going to go up. So once we calculate in all of that being deducted, you're left with a total of $5,752. And that will pay off your debt of $5,622, but it'll only leave you with $130 a year, or $10.83 a month left over after all of that. So just to add insult to injury, if you're going through maintenance enforcement, they charge a $77 recalculation fee every time you have to adjust your income. So that'll leave you $53 a year, or $4.41 a month extra. So what happens if our fictional parent here gets sick or hurt or has to buy birthday presents or unexpected expenses come up, anything like that, you're now going to fall into arrears. And if you're involved with maintenance enforcement, we all know how that goes. That means no more driver's license, no more passport, interest accumulating, and an increasing financial downward spiral that you'll realistically have no hope of getting out of until your kids are adults. And for a fictional parent here, only having $4.41 worth of wiggle room every month, you would quickly fall into that deadbeat category and into that downward financial spiral from which there is no escape. Now, I do realize this is probably not the most accurate calculation in the world, but it does really illustrate a point about how quickly you can fall into the deadbeat category and how quickly your personal finances can get away from you and get out of control. So I hope this shed some light on the situation and maybe gave you a new perspective on what's going on with the family court system and why everybody is always fighting and why finances are such a point of contention when it comes to these kind of issues. Well, that's quite enough math for one day, so we will see you later.